I think I wore this shirt last video. So, hey everyone, this is my last week in my house in Florida. This is my last video in my house in California before I move to Florida. I'm getting on a plane tonight to go to Miami, but it's actually not tonight, it's Tuesday night. For you guys, it's going to be Friday when you see this, or maybe, I don't know when you're going to see this, but it's going to be, I'm filming this on Tuesday, so it's my last time in my house before I go to college. And I'm really busy, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make a video on Thursday like I normally do for the channel, so I figured I would shoot one like earlier this week, but I'm like super busy, so I'm like filling out thank you cards for like all family members and everything like that have helped me out, so I'm going to be doing that. See, thank you cards. So yeah, this week is favorites week on the Rainbow Crew, and we're supposed to talk about our favorite TV shows and our favorite movies and favorite music. And actually right now I'm listening to music, so if you guys hear music in the background, that's probably some of my favorite stuff, because I don't listen to stuff I don't like. But like I said in my About Me video, I don't really have favorite stuff. I kind of just listen to whatever I like, and if I like it, I'm going to listen to it. If I don't like it, I'm not going to listen to it. But I'm a music person. Like, I have to have music going on all the time. I have music as soon as I wake up to help me wake up. I have music going through the day to help me like stay energized. I have music like just to read. I have reading music. I have like the music that I play in band class because I'm a music major, so I'm going to be playing a lot of music. And I have music that helps me go to sleep. I have music that I cook with. So like I have music that I run with when I ran. So I listen to everything. Like, it's pretty hard to find anything that I don't like. Usually the only type of music I don't like is like heavy metal, screamo type stuff. It just kind of like irritates me and gives me a headache. And then I'm not a fan of rap music. Like, there's some rap artists that I listen to, like but I don't listen to like every rap musician that comes on the radio today. But majority of everything else I will listen to. There's like bluegrass. I don't really like bluegrass either, but I listen to country. Like, it just depends. And then for every genre, obviously there's going to be people that I don't like and people that I do like. So just because I listen to pop music doesn't mean I like every pop musician. But yeah, that covers basically music, I guess. I guess that was kind of a generic answer. But as far as TV shows go, I'm like an ABC Family type of person. I basically watch like all the TV shows that come on like Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Like, I think Pretty Little Liars is a Monday show now. So Pretty Little Liars, I don't know if you've seen that show, but it's like a mystery drama show. And that show is basically about like, I don't know how to describe it. There's so much going on in that show. Basically it's like a group of 5 friends, like high school buddies, whatever. And one summer, the lead girl that was kind of like a bully, she goes missing, and then a year later they find out she was dead, like she was murdered and buried in someone's backyard. And in the year that went by, these 4 girls were like no longer friends. But like when the show starts after they like reconnect, I guess, and like start becoming friends again. And in that time period, like in the show's based on what's happening after their friend is buried. And what happens is like this basically person started stalking them and like uncovering all of their secrets and all of their lies and like all of that stuff, and just kind of like using it to turn their lives into a living nightmare. So that's what that show's about, and it's really good. I haven't watched it in a really long time. Like, basically I haven't watched it since like the 3rd episode of this past season that came on. So I'm kind of like not caught up on what's happening, so don't comment below about anything because I don't know what's going on. And then they have, what other shows do they have? They have Make It or Break It, which alternates between Mondays and Tuesdays depending on what time of the year it is. and that's basically about gymnasts training to be in the Olympics, and their drama, obviously, because ABC Family does dramas. But that's a really good show also. I like that. It's kind of dramatic for what I think it would be like to be training in the gymnast, like for the Olympics. I think it's kind of dramatic for people that would be focusing that much on their training to go through that much drama, but it's a really good show as well. And I think it's pretty realistic other than the amount of drama that they have. Other shows. They have Switched at Birth, which is like, I think it's a pretty good show. I've never seen a show about a family that had switched kids before. I think it's pretty new as far as the theme and the idea. And they also have a lot of like sign language going on, which is also another thing that I don't see happening very often in TV shows, and I think that's very cool to get like people in today's world to understand sign language a little bit more, because a lot of people like look at deaf people as weird or freaks, whereas they aren't in my mind. I mean, I know sign language, so I kind of understand a little bit more. But Switched at Birth is a really good TV show, and like they even allowed our school to show it to the ASL students on campus, which was really cool. I was like, it made me mad that I didn't take sign language my senior year, because I would have loved watching that TV show instead of doing work. And then they have Jane by Design. I watched that show for the first season. I mean, like, first season was like okay. It wasn't amazing, but it was enough to get me interested. But as far as MTV, I don't really watch any of the MTV shows. I watch Teen Wolf, but that's about it. Teen Wolf is a really good show too, as far as like MTV shows go. Skins, and I'm not talking about the US version, I'm talking about the UK version. The UK version was very good. I'm not a really big fan of the US version. It just kind of seemed like not as well done as the UK version was. And then I think it's Fox that shows this show, but yeah, it's New Girl. I'm in love with that show. Zooey Deschanel, I think that's how you say her name. Max Greenfield, Jake Johnson, Lamorne Morris, they are all hilarious. Like, I just die from laughter watching that show. And it reminds me of my friends, because we're all crazy and weird like them. So it's a hilarious show. Modern Family, I think that's ABC that shows Modern Family, but that's a really good show. Big Brother, I watch that every now and then. And like it's interesting. It's not like a storyline or anything. It's like a reality TV show, but I think it's a good show when I have nothing else to do. I like watching that show. And then another Fox Channel show is Glee. I like that. A lot of people give that show crap because they cover songs and they don't like the cover of the song, which I can understand, because there have been a couple of them that I prefer the originals to, and I prefer that they hadn't have covered that song. But as a whole, that show has just about everything. It has drama, it has singing, and the singing they do ranges from show tunes to country to rap to R&B. They have pop. They had a disco episode, an entire episode dedicated to disco. That's pretty hard to do. They cover, and like not only do they like do a lot of songs, they cover a lot of social issues too. They've covered domestic abuse. They've covered homophobia. They've covered bullying. They've covered racism. They've covered physical disabilities, mental disabilities. They've covered death. They've covered divorce. Like, they've covered just about everything I think you can cover in a TV show without it being corny or too unrealistic. I think they've done a very good job with making it seem realistic while being a fiction at the same time, and I think that's really good. And like, you actually make a connection with every single one of the characters. Even if you don't like them, you have a connection with one of them. Like Sue Sylvester, played by Jane Lynch. She's supposed to be the villain of the TV show, but she's actually my favorite character. I kind of idolize her. Not idolize her, because that's like weird, but like I kind of look up to her because she's a very strong woman, and she knows what she wants, and she's not afraid to tell you like, she's a cheerleading coach on the TV show, and she's never afraid to tell them that wasn't good enough. I see more in you, and she always pushes them, and I kind of want to be that type of person that always sees the best in people and wants them to strive, even if it doesn't always come out like in the nicest way, which sometimes I do. Like, I can kind of be mean instead of nice and helpful, which she's more mean in one episode than I could probably ever be in my entire life. But I love her. And I think that's all of my favorite TV shows. I can't think of any. Heroes and Kyle XY. They were my Netflix shows. Like, on Netflix, you know how they, you know, it's Netflix. But, I used to be a Netflix junkie, and I would just go on Netflix and watch my TV shows all day long. Like, Heroes, I watched all 3 seasons in 2 weeks with my dad and my mom, and, like, literally for 2 weeks straight, all we did in my house was watch Heroes. And we were not allowed to watch it unless me, my mom, and my dad were in the room. And if we were all watching Heroes, my brother and sisters had to suck it up if they didn't want to, because that was our show, and we dedicated 2 weeks of our lives to that show. And I was so sad when I found out that it was canceled. And then Kyle XY is, like, it was another amazing show that I really liked, but it got canceled as well. And I wish they made another one, but it was a really good show. And I think that's actually it now. And then movies. My favorite, like, movies are always comedy movies. I don't really have, like, I have, like, a couple favorite movies, but I don't have, like, a favorite movie of all time. Well, I do, but I'm not going to talk about that one because that one's an awkward movie. It's, like, hard to explain. But, of course, Mean Girls is one of my favorites. That movie is quotable every day. I use that movie to quote something, like, almost every day. I love that movie. It's so hilarious. I'm mad that they made a sequel, but the first one is amazing. And then Lion King, that's my favorite Disney/cartoon movie. Lion King was a really good movie, and I loved it. And, like, I love all of them. I love the second one. I love the Lion King 1.5. They're all just really good movies. And I'm sorry if my screen, I don't know if it's okay, it's still filming. But, and then movies, just comedy movies. I loved Bridesmaids. That was a hilarious movie. Just go with it. I watched that one, I think it was a week ago for the first time. That was an amazing movie. And that's all I can think of off the top of my head, but I really love comedy movies. Oh, and I like The Avengers. That was a really good movie that just came out recently. All of the Marvel movies have been kicking butt. And the new Batman, The Dark Knight Rises, that movie was amazing. And this is actually a really long video. It's almost 14 minutes now. So, yeah. If you like this video, comment, subscribe, go like my personal channel down there. And I will see you guys next Friday from my dorm room, because I doubt I'm gonna shoot 2 weeks of videos from my house here, because that's just really awkward to have done a video that early, 2 weeks. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. College life starts 2 days ago from the time that I'm uploading this, but tomorrow for me. So bye, I'll talk to you guys later.